Okay, we just got through finishing up with our first technique, which was the punches and blocks, and now we're going to move into the grabs and releases. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
Well,
so what do we do?
I'll have you start. All the techniques, the defenses from grabs, again, incorporate small circular motion. Now, if for just a simple straight-on grab for the wrist, if you're going to pull me, kind of a small rule to remember is if they pull, you push. If they push, you pull. Right? And that'll give you an advantage of taking them off balance. But again, the small circle technique from here is just bending the wrist, which makes it difficult to hang on to. And also what that does is it makes the wrist expand. As you expand the muscles, tighten them up, the muscles expand, their grip will open a little bit, make it harder to hang on to. It's just a matter of turning your hand, like we mentioned on the first segment with the stretching, that you turn your hand palm in towards you from here. And you can just pull away. All right? Now, but if you'd think, oh my gosh, in your panic or your adrenaline rush that you move in the other direction, that's okay too. There's no wrong way. There's no wrong way. You can go to the inside here and break loose. You can go roll to the outside. Each one has its advantages. Okay?
I like this pull. That's kind of neat where you're pulling on somebody and just, wow.
Step into them.
See, that works.
Same technique to strike. Again.
And then, of course, a push.
Same thing. Either you're going to push, I'm going to pull you off your feet.
Right.
Here. Now, from the outside, just keeping the hand open. From here, you can then reverse the grab. Or, if you want to, if they're so anxious to grab you, great. Don't let them let go.
Yeah.
From this point, you have the elbow bent, you have the wrist bent, and you work to point their fingers towards their nose. Does that hurt?
Oh yeah,
okay.
That hurts.
It's going to really send an electric shock along the wrist and down the arm. So, yeah, there we go. So, again, when the grab comes in, they're grabbing for the wrist. The weak part of their grip is between the thumb and the forefingers. And this space is your avenue of escape. So by turning the wrist into that space, you'll be able to break away. You're also going to make a small circular motion with the wrist. Right? Even if they're hanging on, and you can see his arm is moving with it, his hand is moving with it, there's got to be a point where they let go. All right?
Absolutely.
Again, now if I'm going the opposite direction, they grab, and in my panic or my adrenaline rush, instead of going inside this way, you move to the outside. You move your hand up. That also breaks the wrist or breaks their grip. Let's use this hand. So we go from here. Again, here is the weak link in their grip, and you just force it through. Or, again, you grab, you go around this way. Now as you go past, you can hit them across the face. Come in under the arm. Lock up the arm, and well, then you're lifting that target up to a little more reasonable height. Or you can strike, again, here's your targets. Groin, stomach, or ribs, throat, nose, your choice. Again, one more time from there, if you grab the upper arm, swing it around. That in itself is going to break the grip. Slip it. Now, you can just pull loose and go. That's fine. Or you can put your wrist right behind the elbow into that funny bone again. And there we are.
You definitely feel this. I'm here to tell you.
All right. And you just press up. Once you got them on their toes, you know you got them. All right. There could be with both hands. If they're going to grab my wrist with both hands, it's going to make it a little more difficult to deal with, but not that much. You reach in and grab your own hand. Again, here's a circular motion. You're going to pull back in this direction. You will just peel your arm out of their hands.
Right.
Okay? And again, your choice, you can pull away and take off running, or if that's the way out, you come in and you strike with your elbow. Again, if you're smaller, aim right for the chest. That spot right there, it's going to hurt. Tender. It is going to be tender.
Especially with the microphone cable right there.
Oops. Or the nose. okay, or the ribs. So again, that technique with both hands.
Okay, here we go.
Reach in between their arms, grab your own hand, pull out. Now, if he's really hanging on, that's okay. Use your body weight to pull away. You can come in if you want to. That's your choice, or you can just take off running. But eventually, by the time you're around 21 days, they grab you out of the blue, just out of the blue, there's your cue. Good, respond and move in. Work that way, work up to that point. So again, in 21 days, you're working towards the point where it's a realistic response time. Okay? There's no hesitation. You've done it 100 or more, 1,000 times.
Now, what you've done is basically put this into, through the 21 days of doing this, these techniques, day in and day out. In 21 days, you've committed this to memory. Is that
Absolutely.
correct?
It becomes your mindset. It's created a new line of synapses where you don't even have to think about it. Your body just naturally reacts in that manner. To that, they will respond naturally to that stimulus when you get grabbed. Let's work on a couple of grabs from the hair. If they're grabbing your hair, from the top and from the back, we'll work on. Often I see this happen with, it happens to women a lot. It can happen with guys, but it'll happen with women a lot. I see it a lot in high schools and junior highs that I go in to teach classes to. And it's not okay. It is absolutely not okay for a person to grab you and cause you that kind of distress or pain.
Absolutely.
Even if they think it's playing and they're just goofing around, that's not okay. You need to let the person know right up front. It's your body, and they don't have the right to enter into your space or cause you any pain or distress at all.
Absolutely.
With these techniques, I want everybody to gain the confidence and increase self-esteem, knowing that you have the right to protect yourself. And these are some simple ways to do it. We'll start with the back. So if a person grabs you from the back by the hair, and they get a good grip, okay, if they start to pull, well, yeah, that hurts. To keep that pain from occurring is to grab their hand and press back, press their hand up against your head. It's going to be uncomfortable, that's true, but you're not feeling the pain, nor are you being jerked back, possibly injuring the neck. From here, you can use both hands. All you're going to do is a big circle. You're just going to duck and turn, and it doesn't make any difference. You can go either direction. I'll just go this direction, and you continue to hang on, and you continue to turn all the way around, and they will let go, and hey, look at that. We have another joint lock. It's all set up. Now you can continue that small circle. All right? If it's an attack from the front, and they grab the top of your hair, again, if they start to pull, it's going to cause some pain. Pin their hand down against the top of your head. Now you can do the same kind of spin out of this, all right? And with the same results. Simpler yet is to just step back with one foot and bend forward, bringing them down. From here, you can come straight back up again. Look where my elbows are going to come into. You can strike with the elbow, or as you stand up, you can just come up with a kick. Trust me, they will let go. And to demonstrate that, I want you to hang on to my hair. Good, hope it doesn't come off. And he's pulling up on it, all right?
Okay.
All right, so that hurts. So I'm just going to try to get him to release, but he's hanging on, hanging on, hanging on. So even though he knows I'm going to kick him in the shin, he's going to still hang on. It's that, yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right.
It's that,
That's all right.
that causing that pain compliance again. You cause them the pain, the reaction to pain is the hand opens up. You're free.
This is fantastic. Okay, Jim, again, like with the first technique we did, my stature versus your stature,
Mm-hmm.
can Anna do the same thing?
Oh,
Can she
absolutely.
defend herself with these same techniques?
Absolutely.
Anna, come on up. I'm going to step out of this thing a little bit.
Thanks.
Work with her in this.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
So, the first thing, again, it doesn't make any difference what the person's size or their stature, their weight, or even their experience. But Anna's been at this for a little over 21 days now. She's been working at this program, and I think she's pretty confident and pretty ready for this. With, again, a simple grab from here. There. Just a circle to the outside. A circle to the outside. And remember your response time. Okay, it has to be immediate. Even if it's so immediate that they don't even get there. All right? But if they grab you, there's one direction and the other. There we go. Now, I grab, you pin my hand down. There we go. And she just presses in. There we go. Now, she can reach in and grab the little finger. Oh, yeah. Okay, now, the trick here is you want to point their little finger towards their nose, and that is just going to make them drop right back down again. Now, if you do this with your adrenaline rushing like a freight train, using your fear, you might start hearing cracking sounds coming from the fingers. That's okay. It's just a broken finger. It will heal. It's just a broken finger. And they'll deal with it, but it'll be a lesson they learn that will last them the rest of their life. Okay? So they grab, you can pin that hand down, and you go for the joint lock and possibly breaking a little finger. All right? Okay. And we'll get into the finger breaking a little bit. Also, if they grab from here, there's the joint lock. Good. No, one more time. Lock it up. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Now the other direction. Ah! And I hope you heard that pop. Because it works. We'll go from this side again. There we go. And the more she lowers her elbow, the further to the ground I'm going to go. And she could just keep going and going and going and kneel down on one knee and just keep going and going and going and pushing that elbow down. And that's where they're going to end up. You can put them all the way nose down on the ground. All right. Now, they grab with two hands. You reach in. Good, there's your technique. And when you're working on this over the course of the 21 days, again, you reach in, you can start slow and come in with your counter strike, that elbow strike to the chest. There. Good. And then over time, you increase the speed, you increase your rate of impact. People getting hit, they'll get used to it too, or they'll learn to move out of the way. So you're going to grab, strike, right to the center of the chest. Good one. So let's work with the hair right now. Go ahead and turn around, please. And I'm being polite about this. I don't want to take her by surprise. All right? You grab the hair. It's your hair. Take it back. Don't let them pull you around by your hair. So she's pulling back on it. There's not much. Okay, good. Even two hands is fine. Good one. Now, she just goes and ducks down and makes her turn and keeps turning, 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 right to there. And now she's facing. She can let go and do a joint lock off of that hand. There we go. Take a finger. Oh, here's my favorite. How many of you break the turkey wishbone at the end of Thanksgiving dinner? Make a wish, fool. All right? You just break the fingers one direction, just kind of split them apart. Aye. Right? Long life and prosper. All right. So, with the grab from the top, again, immediately pin the hand. You can go for the bow. There, take them all the way to the ground. That's it. And then what? Stand right back up and kick them right in the face if you need be. Oh, there we go. And trust me, I'm hanging on right now. Try to pull my hand away. Pull my hand away. Pull my hand away. Now, I'm hanging on. I'm going to hang on like a barnacle until you cause that pain compliance. There. And you got to yank it up. There we go. And yes, it looks like a bad hair day, but it's better than being your last bad hair day. Thank you. Going over breaking fingers. That's a tough one because people can be so squeamish about that. I've seen it before. If I can have your hand, if they've got the fingers and they start to bend it, the second they start to feel something give or they hear things popping, they'll tend to back off because we're working together and we don't want to hurt each other. And that's okay. When you're working with members of your family, you don't want to be breaking each other's fingers. You know, it's going to be a short-lived 21 days. So, how did you get over feeling squeamish? Because you were used to that at first. Pencils. Aye. Yes. Two pencils. Two pencils is about the same thickness and density as the bone in a finger. If you can break two pencils, you can break a finger. Hey, Go out and buy a case of pencils. Have fun.